Hi everybody, my name is Eli.
I'm Jason, and we are the Yahoo and the Torah channel, and we're doing some extracurricular reading because these are some super good books, and this is the Testament of SHIM'ON, and this is the second son of Jacob, or as most know him as Jacob, and most know him as SHIM'ON, and this is, we're reading out of two different scriptures. The bottom one is a translation that we at the Yahoo and the Torah did, where we inserted the correct names, and we changed some things around that were kind of paganish in the naming terms of things. And so we matched it up with the scriptures from the Hallelujah Scriptures. And so this is our version of it at the bottom. And the top is going to be from the RSTNE, which is a heavily half Hebrew, half English version of it. And so you're going to get to see two different versions of it as we read through these scriptures. Eli, you ready?
Yep.
Are you sure?
Yep.
All right. Let's do it, little fella. All right, here we go. All right. A copy of the words of SHIM'ON, which he spoke to his sons before he died, in the 120th year of his life, at the time when his brother Joseph died. When SHIM'ON was sick, his sons came to see him, and becoming stronger, he sat up, kissed them, and said, all right. So these two versions actually are matching up as far as chapters so far. What do you have up top, Eli?
The only thing was like life came right there.
Right, and so these are the words that we are trying to, this is like the heavily influenced Hebrew inside of this, and so Eli will be pointing these out, what is saying in the or in the RSTNE version of it.
And Reuben seemed like a lot like the translations were like almost the exact same, but this one seems like differently worded.
Okay, so yeah, and so you guys can see it. We have we did the Testament of Reuben last week, and so here we are rocking and rolling on this. Okay, listen, my children, to SHIM'ON, your father, and I shall tell you the things which I have in my heart.
Okay, so Shema is listen, father is Abba, and then Lev is heart.
Lev is heart, got it. Okay, I was born of Jacob, a second son for my father, and Leah, my mother, called me SHIM'ON because Yahuwah had heard her prayer.
And mother is like 𝐤𝐄.
Yep, 𝐤𝐄 up top. Okay, and I became extraordinarily strong. I did not hold back from any exploit, nor did I fear anything. My heart was firm, my courage was high, and my feelings were dispassionate.
For feeling it says my bowels.
Yeah, you know, it is a lot of different things. And my liver, he says also my liver was immovable as well, which is very interesting. Okay. 5. For by the Most High, manly courage is given to men in soul and body. In the time of my youth, I was jealous of Joseph, because my father loved him more than the rest of us. I determined inwardly to destroy him, because the prince of error blinded my mind, so that I did not consider him a brother, nor did I spare Jacob, my father.
And prince is Sar, S-A-R.
Sar, yes, because of the Sar of deceit. Okay, so prince of error and Sar of deceit is how they have that. But his Elohim and the Elohim of our fathers sent his messenger and delivered him from my hands.
So, messenger is like Malak.
Malak for the messenger. Okay, and that's this is giving you guys like a Hebrew crash course is what it's doing. For when I went to Shechem to procure ointment for the flocks, and Reuben went to Dothan where our supplies and stores were, my brother Yahudah sold him to the Ishmaelites. When Reuben heard this, he was sorrowful, for he wanted to restore him to his father. But when I heard it, I was furious with Yahudah because he had let him go away alive. For 5 months, I was angry with him. Yahuwah bound my hands and feet, however, and thus prevented my hands from performing their deeds, because for 7 days my right hand became partly withered. I knew, children, that this had happened to me because of Joseph. So I repented and wept. Then I prayed to Yahuwah, Elohim, that my hand might be restored, and that I might refrain from every defilement and grudge and from all folly. For I knew that I had contemplated an evil deed in the sight of Yahuwah, and of Jacob, my father, and account of Joseph, my brother, because of my envying him. Okay, so these chapters actually align, whereas the last one that we did not align at all, which is interesting in of itself here. Okay, chapter 3. And now, my children, pay heed to me. Beware of the ruach of deceit and envy. For envy dominates the whole of man's mind and does not permit him to eat and drink or to do anything good. Rather, it keeps prodding him to destroy the one whom he envies. Whenever the one who is envied flourishes, the envious one fades away. And it also says languishes in parentheses. Out of the fear, reverence of Yahuwah, I chastened my soul by fasting for 2 years. And I came to know that liberation from envy occurs through fear, reverence of Yahuwah. If anyone flees to Yahuwah for refuge, the evil Ruach will quickly depart from him, and his mind will be eased. From then on, he has compassion on the one whom he envied, and has sympathetic feelings with those who love him. Thus his envy ceases, and forgives those who are hostile to him, and so ceases from his envy. Okay, pretty much the same?
Mm-hmm. Just like completely worded differently.
Yep, just a little bit of it. And this is interesting with Elohim on this one. All right, 4. Now my father was inquiring about me because he saw that I was sullen. And I said to him, I am inwardly in pain in my liver, for I was more sorrowful than all of them, because it was I who was responsible for what had been done to Joseph. And when we went down to Mitzrayim and he placed me in fetters as a spy, I knew that I was suffering justly, and I did not lament. But Joseph was a good man, one who had within him the Ruach of Elohim, and being full of compassion and mercy, he did not bear ill will toward me, but loved me as well as my brothers.
Good is Tov.
Tov. Guard yourselves, therefore, my children, from all jealousy and envy. Live in the integrity of your heart, so that Elohim might give you grace and glory and blessing upon your heads, just as you have observed in Joseph. In all his days he did not reproach us for this deed, but he loved us as his own life. He extolled us more than he did his own sons, and he showered us with wealth, flocks, and produce. And you, my children, each of you love his brothers with a good heart, and the Ruach of envy will depart from you. For that attitude, envy makes the soul savage, and corrupts the body. It foments wrath and conflict is the reason, excites to the shedding of blood, drives the mind to distraction, arouses tumult in the soul and trembling in the body. Even in sleep, some malicious jealousy fills his fantasy and consumes him. By evil ruachs, it stirs up his soul and fills his body with terror. In distress, it rouses his mind from sleep and evil. Penetrating ruach, so it manifests itself to human beings, and as a wicked and poisonous ruach, so appears it to men. Okay.
Yeah, no.
What do you think? What do you think so far?
It's quite interesting. He seems to know a lot about this because he was very envious.
Yeah, he was the one that, he definitely wanted to kill Joseph. He hated him. Okay, 5. Because nothing evil resided in Joseph, he was attractive in appearance and handsome to behold, for the face evidences any troubling of the Ruach. And now, my children, make your hearts virtuous in the sight of Yahuwah. Make your path straight before men, and you shall continually find grace with men.
So, Levaot was, what was it?
Where are we at on it?
So it's hearts, but yeah, make your hearts was Levaot in good. And then instead of heart virtuous, it just said good. And then for path, it said like derachot.
Derachot, path. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. I think we are on 3. Okay. Guard yourselves from sexual promiscuity, because fornication is the mother of all wicked deeds. It separates from Elohim and leaves men to Belar. For I have seen a copy of the book of Hanach, that your sons will be ruined by promiscuity, and they shall endure with a sword the sons of Levi. But they shall not be able to withstand Levi, because he shall wage Yahuwah war, and will triumph over all your battalions. These forces distributed among Levi and Yehuda will be a few in number, and from you there will be no one for leadership, just as our father predicted in his blessings. And remember the blessings of Yaakov. They were more like almost curses. Mm-hmm. Okay, 6. See, I have told you everything, so that I might be exonerated with regard to your sin. Exonerated. If you divest yourselves of envy and every hardness of heart, my bones will flourish as a rose in Israel, and my flesh as a lily in Jacob. My odor shall be like the odor of Lebanon. Holy ones shall be multiplied from me forever and ever, and their branches shall extend to a great distance. Then the seed of Canaan will be destroyed, and there will be no posterity in Amalek. All the Cappadocians shall be destroyed, and all the Hittites shall be wholly obliterated.
So seed of Canaan is Zerah of Canaan.
So Zerah of Canaan.
Instead of seed, is Zerah.
Gotcha. And the Cappadocians. These are literally almost word for word. Okay. Well, almost.
It's kind of like reading like the NIV and the KJV almost, what it seems like to me.
Yep. 4. The land of Cam shall be wanting, and all that people shall perish. Then the whole earth shall be at rest from trouble, tribulation, and everything under heaven shall be free from war.
So everything is Olam.
Olam. Got it. Then Shem shall be glorified, because Elohim the Master, the Great One in Yisrael, will be manifest upon the earth as a man. By himself will he save man. Then all the ruachs of error shall be given over to being trampled underfoot, and men will have mastery over the evil ruachs. Then I shall arise in gladness, and I shall bless the Most High for his marvels. All right, chapter 7. And now, my children, be obedient to Lewi and to Yehudah. Do not exalt yourself above these two tribes, because from them will arise the Savior, come from Elohim. For Yahuwah shall raise up from Lewi, as it were a Kohen and Hagdadal, and from Yehudah, as it were a king, Elohim and man. He will save all the nations and the tribes of Yisrael. For this reason I command these things to you, and you command them to your children, so that they may observe them in their successive generations. All right. And when Shimeon had finished his instructions to his sons, he fell asleep with his fathers at the age of 120 years. They placed him in a wooden coffin in order to carry his bones up to Hebron. They took them up in secret during a war with Mitzrayim. The bones of Yosef the Mitzrayite kept in the tombs of the kings, since their Magi told them that at the departure of Yosef's bones there would be darkness and gloom in the whole land and a great plague on the Mitzrayites, so that even with a lamp no one could recognize his brother.
So Chevron is like Chevron.
Yeah, Chevron.
Isn't that like a car thing or something?
Yeah, it's a gas station in the States. Okay, and this is the final chapter of this. And the sons of Shimeon uttered lamentations for their father, and they were in Mitzrayim until the day of their departure by the hand of Moshe. All right, folks, so that is it. That takes us to yet another one of the testaments of the 12 brothers of Jacob. And with that, I guess we will end this. So that is two different versions here that you'll get to see two different translators' ways that they put these together. And we hope that you guys find some truth in this. We hope that you guys were able to find the Torah in this, that you guys will seek the Creator where He's able to be found. And He is able to be found in Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. And with that, you will also find the faith of Messiah Yahushua. And Messiah Yahushua is the son of Elohim. And the son of Elohim is our Melchizedek priest. And that is one of the people that was talked about in this, that our Creator would raise up from the tribe of Yehudah. And so with that, guys, we will leave this. We hope that you guys have a wonderful day. We are out.
All right. Shalom.
Shalom.